The Hotel President Budapest, where dreams go to die. I still remember the day I walked into that grand, yet deceiving foyer. I was so naive, so trusting. But little did I know I was about to embark on a journey of disappointment, a journey that would leave me feeling like a deflated balloon. As I approached the reception desk, I couldn't help but notice the unfriendly faces staring back at me. They seemed put off by my very presence, like I was an inconvenience to their day. And don't even get me started on the thermostat in my room. It was a mere decoration, a tease, a vicious joke. The room was a sweltering hotbox, a sauna, and I was the poor, unsuspecting soul trapped inside. I asked for an electric fan, but no, they only had one, and it was reserved for the lobby, where it would do no good for anyone. But oh, the room itself. It was a tiny, poorly designed box with a window that looked out onto an internal corridor. I felt like a prisoner, a rat in a cage. And the carpet, oh the carpet, it was tired, worn out and stained. It was like walking on a dirty, worn-out welcome mat. And the bed, it was like sleeping on a deflated cloud, with flat pillows that seemed to have given up on life. And don't even get me started on the bathroom. It was a tiny, cramped space with a shower that leaked and a door that refused to close properly. It was like they wanted me to feel like I was showering in a public restroom. I half expected to see a sign that said, "Employees must wash hands before returning to work." But of course, the real tragedy was the pool. Closed due to a lack of staff. It was like they were rubbing salt in my wounds, taunting me with what could have been. I mean, what's the point of even having a pool if you're not going to bother to staff it? And the breakfast, oh the breakfast. It was like they took all the leftover food from the previous night's dinner and reheated it for the morning. The coffee machine was a joke, a hollow promise of a decent cup of coffee. It was like they wanted me to feel like I was stuck in some sort of culinary Groundhog Day. But you know what the real tragedy is? It's not just the Hotel President Budapest. It's the fact that this is what we've come to expect from hotels. This is the norm, the standard. It's like we've resigned ourselves to the fact that we'll never get what we pay for. So I'll ask you, dear reader, have you ever stayed at a hotel that made you feel like a valued customer? Like you were more than just a mere statistic on their books? Or are we all just sheep, blindly following the herd, accepting subpar service with a smile and a nod? Let me know in the comments below. Do you have a horror story to share about a hotel that left you feeling like a deflated balloon? Share it with me, and together, we can commiserate about
The businesses surrounding Hotel President Budapest, they're a particular breed. A sort of slow descent into disappointment, if I'm being honest. It's not a vibrant area brimming with local charm. It's complicated. It feels like a place where corners are cut, promises are broken, and your wallet gets noticeably lighter without a corresponding surge in happiness. I've spent considerable time dissecting the feedback, and a pattern emerges, a wearying sense that you're often paying asterisk for the experience of being inconvenienced. It's unsettling, truly, like discovering the cake is made of cardboard. Let's begin with the shopping. The West End city center, it looms nearby, a promise of retail therapy. But it's a hollow promise, one laced with tiny, irritating grievances that accumulate into a surprisingly profound annoyance. It's as if the very structure is designed to subtly drain your energy. Almost universally, people speak of being nickel and dimed, paying for the asterisk toilet asterisk. Can you imagine? A basic human function commodified, it's distressing. Apparently, other malls in the city understand the concept of simple decency, but West End operates under a different set of principles. Principles that involve profiting from your bladder. The reviews paint a picture of a place that prioritizes extracting money over providing a pleasant experience. Parking is exorbitant. The shops close earlier than advertised, leaving you wandering around in a half-lit space feeling vaguely cheated. And the staff, there's a recurring theme of indifference, a lack of basic politeness. It's as if they're actively resenting your presence. There's even a complaint about dogs not being allowed, whilst the store owner's dog is roaming free. It is the little things that break my heart. There was one review specifically mentioning an elevator being out of order while someone was traveling with 2 strollers. My soul aches at this thought. It feels like a fundamental lack of consideration, a blatant disregard for the needs of others. It's not a shopping experience, it's an obstacle course. Then there's Kempinski the Spa, Budapest. The name itself evokes images of tranquility, of being pampered and rejuvenated. The reality, however, is muted. It's not bad asterisk per se, just underwhelming, especially considering the price tag. The reviews consistently point to a sense of cramped spaces, a pool that's barely big enough to swim in, and suns that are in high demand. It's a premium price for a decidedly non-premium experience. The water isn't even mineral-rich. It's just chlorine, a rather expensive swim in chlorinated water. There's a frustrating inconsistency in service, too. Some therapists are attentive and professional, others seem to be operating on autopilot. And small details, a broken toilet lid, a lack of cold water after a sauna, these accumulate to create a sense of neglect. It's like a beautiful painting with a smudge in the corner. You notice it. It bothers you. It sours the whole impression. This spa, it seems, exists in a state of perpetual almost goodness. Now, let's talk about Byblos restaurant. Lebanese and Levantan cuisine, should be a vibrant, flavorful experience. Instead, it seems to be a potential health hazard. A shockingly high number of reviews mention food poisoning. Food poisoning. The sheer thought makes my stomach clench. This isn't a case of a slightly undercooked steak. This is a systematic failure of food safety. One review detailed discovering a cockroach in their kanafa. Cockroach in a dessert. It's a betrayal of trust, an affront to basic hygiene. Others complained about ingredients not matching the menu descriptions or simply getting violently ill after eating there. The service, predictably, is also terrible. There's a recurring theme of long waits, rude staff, and a general sense of chaos. It's a place that seemingly prioritizes profit over the well-being of its customers.
You risk far more than just your money, you risk your health. The potential for something dreadful is just lurking. And then we arrive at Morrison's too. Morrison's too. A place that seems to exist purely to extract money from unsuspecting tourists. It's described repeatedly as dirty, smelly, and overcrowded, like a neglected basement that someone tried to turn into a nightclub. The air, people say, is thick with the scent of stale sweat and regret. The floors are sticky, the walls are stained, it's a sensory assault. The reports of being ripped off are particularly alarming. Inflated prices, hidden fees, drinks that aren't what they claim to.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sad when I think about all the bad things that can happen to tourists near Hotel President Budapest. Like you're on vacation, you're supposed to be having fun, and then some bad person comes along and tries to scam you. It's just not right, So I've been looking into all these crimes near Hotel President Budapest, and honestly, it's like, you gotta be so careful. Like some stores around there, they're like super aggressive, They'll try to sell you stuff you don't need or charge you way too much money. And if you're not paying attention, you'll be like, oh okay, sure, I'll take that souvenir, and then you'll realize you got ripped off. Like I heard about this one electronics store near Hotel President Budapest, and they're notorious for selling fake or broken stuff to tourists. Can you believe it? They'll be like, oh, this phone charger is amazing, it's only $50, and then you'll get back to your hotel and it won't even work. And if you try to return it, they'll be like, no, you can't return it, it's final sale. It's just so wrong. And then there are the bars and restaurants around Hotel President Budapest, and they'll try to charge you way too much money for drinks or food. Like they'll be like, oh, you want a beer? That'll be $10, and you'll be like, no, I think you mean $5. But they'll just be like, no, it's $10, take it or leave it. And if you don't speak up, they'll just take advantage of you. It's just so sad, tourists come to Budapest to have a good time, and then these scammers try to ruin it for them. I'm like, why can't people just be honest and kind? It's not that hard. And the worst part is these scammers, they're like experts at making you feel guilty or confused, so you'll just pay up and leave. Like they'll be like, oh, you didn't understand the prices, it's your fault. And you'll be like, wait, no, I thought I was paying for this. No.